Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Royal Instinct. I am your savior, the person who's going to lead 100 people to becoming kings. And why am I doing that? Why do I want to make 100 people 100 kings? Because I am a king. I am of royal descent. I have that royal instinct. I have royal blood. It's my destiny to live that high life. And the best way to do it is by becoming a king. And the reason why we have to do this is because there are forces at play in the World Economic Forum, who want to own everything, while you own nothing, and make you happy via artificial insemination, um, via happy pills. They'll just drug you, numb you in the metaverse. They'll plug you in. AI is coming to take away your jobs. So really, there isn't going to be any opportunities for people like us unless we take it upon ourselves to build a kingdom and join the elites, become famous, join the elites, and kick out the fake charlatans, the people who don't have the best interest of people. And if you want to live, if you want to be rich, if you want to be famous, go to royalinstinct.com, and we can find the way. We can pick a subject for you to become a famous person. And the way I advocate it is by becoming a subject matter expert, because it will make you an authority in something that you're passionate about. It will make you the authority, and people would want to listen to you. People will respect you. It's better than going on OnlyFans or making prank videos where you show your arsehole. You'll be well respected, um, and you get financially rewarded for it. You make a bunch of money. You have the best dating opportunities, and like I said, you just be seen as a king. So let's see what Alex Hormozi's advice is.
So if you have trouble being productive, then I would consider entering a season of no.
So his solution for productivity is entering a season of no. Let's see what a season of no is. Basically meaning it probably is saying no to social activities, saying no to friends, families, saying no to anything fun. I advocate against it. I think it should be a season of yes. And the reason why I say that is because the way we do it here, because the only thing left for you to do is become famous, become a famous influencer, and you do it via becoming a subject matter expert. And what I suggest is that you pick something that you're very passionate about, that you're interested in, and are willing to, even if you didn't get paid for it, you would want to research on it. Okay. And then what you would do, you pick your subject, and you're researching on it, and every day you're posting content about the summary of what you learned that day. And as you do it, as your knowledge grows, your audience grows because you're making more and more content. 6 months go by. Now you are a subject matter expert. People could ask you any basic question and you'd be able to give them, actual answers that you've researched. And then you'll be seen as a point of authority. You'll have a following. Money opportunities will come your way. You'll become famous. And then you can start building your kingdom. Penetrating the upper echelons of society, and then you become a king and are an unstoppable force at that point. But let's carry on with Hormozi and the season of no.
Buffett once said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost.
Really successful people are famous, and then they can pick and choose what they want to do.
Everything. When I look at the periods of my life in business where I've had huge amounts of growth in very short periods of time, I've gone through things that I call the season of no. And a season of no isn't forever, it's just for now. And sometimes seasons can be 3 months, sometimes seasons can be 3 years. The longest season of.
So he wants you to basically work relentlessly on something until you're exhausted, until you're unhappy, until you have no fun and joy in your life. What you need to do is not listen to a prick like him. What you need to do is pick something that you're truly passionate about, and then it won't feel like work, and you'll be productive because you're genuinely interested in that thing. And then it won't feel like work to you. You'll be like, oh, do you know what? Like, what are you doing tonight? I could go do this thing, or I could read this book about the subject that I'm interested in. Oh, okay, I'll just do that, and it will just be like another fun thing for you. It's like a hobby that you're able to monetize.
No that I had was a 3-year season. During that season of no, I said no to friends. I was a little bit extreme, but I also was
He said no to friends. He said no to a dating life. He said no to a social life. He said no to any tasty food. He said no to basically anything fun. And now he's an entrepreneur, and apparently he's happy. But I don't know. It just sounds like he's just a robot. He'll fit perfectly into the metaverse, and he's literally, because he got lucky and made some money, that you see him as a point of authority. Whereas, like, you don't have to do that to be successful. There's many people in the world who are happy and became rich, who said yes to socializing and dating. You don't have to be a fucking hermit and go on this fake monk mode thing. That's only for that's only in his screwed up mind that's the only path to success, because that's what worked for him. But there are other ways, and the way I advocate is become a subject matter expert, make content about your subject of interest, build your fame, build your charisma, and the money will flow your way. You'll be seen as a king. People respect you. Be a point of authority, and it's the quickest and easiest way to live a good life. And you have to reach the upper echelons of society, because the World Economic Forum is going to make 80% of the world redundant with AI. AI's come. AI's out the bag now, right? Like, you can't stop it, right? China's going to take over. So the only way to really and truly save yourself is by reaching the top levels of society. You have to be in that 1%. You have to be someone that's worth knowing, someone who's famous, someone who is seen as a king. Build your kingdom, and be able to, and genuinely want the best for humanity, right? Like, I don't want the human race to be enslaved or wiped out by these elites. So therefore, I took it upon myself to start this movement, to take them on, basically, that I'm going to rise to the top. I'm going to become the king of the world, and I want you to join me. I want you to build your kingdom alongside me. You know, because would I want to be the only ruler in the world? No, I would want, like, imagine 100 of us kings, and we all have our own kingdom, and we all meet at summits where we have where we talk about how to best help our citizens, how we best help uh, the the rest of the human race. Because, do you trust anyone else to take that role? Do you trust the politicians that we have now, the ruling class that we have now? Most people are psychopaths in that group of people. So, I had the conclusion that you can't really trust anyone, and if you want to do something where you genuinely know that that person's got the best intentions, you're going to have to do it yourself. Because, at least if I was to do it, I'll feel safe in the knowledge of that, because I'm genuinely, like, I feel I'm a good person. I want what's best for people. All I ever wanted was to marry one girl and have a couple kids, and then, have a job that I can go to and go on a few holidays a year. That's all I ever wanted. Like, nothing special. But that's not how the world works anymore. Like, you literally need to become a millionaire. For if you want to date the most beautiful women, you need to be seen as a king. You need to build fame. You need to reach the top. And if you believe that it is your destiny to reach the top, to be a king, then go to royalinstinct.com and see if we can work together.
running from absolute poverty, and I had started seeing some success, and I was so afraid of messing it up that I said no to alcohol. So I stopped drinking entirely. I stopped saying yes to any social events. I was in a paid group that I was paying like $35,000 a year to be in, and I didn't go to any of the events for 2 years, even though I paid for it.
I mean, it sounds pretty miserable. It sounds like a waste of money. What he's suggesting. The other thing is being around people and socializing actually boosts your serotonin. It makes you feel part of your community, and having boosting your serotonin is very important because it ensures optimal health. You know, if you want to live a healthy life, you have gonna have to feed your body some happiness. Sometimes you can't just always beat yourself down. Um, you know, grit your teeth, as David Goggins would say, and just like power through it. It's like that. You need that. You know, you need to do those intense things in life, work intensely, but you also need to be rewarded for it. Otherwise, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? So you can do your monk mode or whatever, but like what I suggest is you pick something that doesn't feel like work to you, and then the results will come automatically because you'll be in a good mood, you'll be happy, and you're being productive with no effort required. So you're not using motivation, you're not using willpower. It's just happening because you're truly enjoying and having fun in what you're doing.
A lot of people think it hurts to say no to things, because it does, because you feel like you're rejecting other people, and most of us have been on the other side of that, and feeling rejected sucks. You have to kind of trick your brain into thinking that the no is actually a yes to the thing that matters most. Because the way that I've always thought
It, with my method, that there is no tricking your brain. It's literally it's encouraging your brain. It's encouraging your curiosities, whatever is of interest to you. Um, you're encouraging it, you're rewarding it for being interested in this thing. And you know, if you're researching something that's of interest to you, if you want to be a subject matter expert in something, and all you gotta do is just record. Yeah, at the end of the day, if you spent like 4 hours researching or reading a book, and then you really enjoyed it, you really learned something, and then you just get your camera out and be like, oh, actually, look, today I've been reading this book and actually had these epiphanies, or you know, this is what I learned, and you just summarize it in 5 minute video. Over time, right, in 6 months time, if you do 180 times, you become more charismatic, you become more passionate, you become a better public speaker, you'll be showing your progress to the world. People will start watching your videos, and then they want to know your progress. They're like, oh, okay, I watched this guy's video for a month, and at the start of the month he was like this, and now at the end of the month he's leveled up. His knowledge is getting more, and people are also interested in what your subject. They'll watch your content, and then they'll be interested in what you have to say. Oh, what's so and so's opinion on this subject? Let me go to his YouTube channel and watch what he's got, what he found out today. You do that for 6 months. You document your progress, become a subject matter expert, and as your audience grows, you'll be seen as a point of authority. You become someone who's famous. Other famous people would want to meet you and work with you, like Joe Rogan. He'll invite you on his podcast. All these people would want you as a guest because you're the only authority. You're the most charismatic authority on that subject, and that's when all the money opportunities come. That's when all the social opportunities, all the business deals, the best dating opportunities. You date the most beautiful women, and then other kings like myself will see you and recognize your hard work that you put in. And then of course, me and you would eventually meet because the top is only so big, and the coolest people will be like, oh, okay, I see he's a king. Oh, I see that guy's faking it. Logan Paul's fake. KSI is fake. Fuck these people. It's me and you, and we'll boot out all the fake charlatans. We'll boot out all the posers, who have just got lucky on the way, and it will be us just partying up at the top, which is why I'm doing it. I'm just looking at, I'm doing this so to save humanity, to find 100 people that could be my friends and be kings alongside me, and to make a shitload of money and date the most beautiful women in the world. And as I said, first of all, save humanity as well, though. But that's just a byproduct of who we are.
about this was from my first principles perspective of, if I achieve this really big thing, in 3 years or 5 years, all of these doors will be open for me. But if I allow these onesie,
You see what I mean? So this guy was willing to put his life on hold to become someone who's famous and successful, right? Because then the opportunities that you have, then the things that you get invited to, then change. So I understand why he did it, but it didn't sound fun, right? So why not make it fun and make it easy for yourself, right? Have endless productivity and endless motivation to be productive by picking something that you are genuinely interested in. Something that, if you already had all the money in the world, what would you do? Well, actually, I would research this subject. Great, do it, and then just watch your fame and status grow, become someone who's seen as an authority, and the money and win will come naturally.
choosy one-off conversations, one-off favors, one-off things to take me away from that one big thing, I know that 5 years from now, me not having the thing makes it far less likely that even those first doors are still open. They're only reaching out to me now because of the little bit of success that I've experienced, which I got here because of being focused on the one thing that mattered most. Gym Launch and the big $50 million whatever exit was built during a season of no. And all the people that I said no to still hit me up. But if I hadn't built that during a season of no, and I had said yes to all these little things, and
Yeah, but if you were doing something that you loved and you're really passionate about it, right? It doesn't feel like work to you. The success becomes so much quicker and automatic that you can afford to say yes. You don't have to have a season of no. Like he's just glorifying monk mode at this point.
I said no to the thing that mattered most, they might not be here still hitting me up. There's two scenarios that I play out in my head. One is that at the end of this, where you achieve something, 95% of people are gonna be even further behind you. And so you'll still have access to them. The people who were on par with you shoulder to shoulder, always mutual respect. You still also have access to them.
So again, so if you are a king, you'll be respected by other kings. They'll naturally want to be your friends.
If for some reason someone is offended that you said no to them earlier on, guess what? There are other people that in this future state will walk into your life. And so there's a lot of no's that I made earlier on that I can't even remember the door that probably permanently shut because I have so many other doors that have opened for me. I like to think of yeses that I give to other people as withdrawals from my personal energy.
Look, I understand what he's saying, and it makes sense, but it's also, he lives in a scarcity mindset. It's like, oh, to say no to this, it's like why can't you just have it all? Why can't you just have it all? Do you get what I mean? If you're working hard, the thing is, if you're working at something, all right, and it's endless motivation that you have to do that task, right? You're very productive in it. You can work 10 hours of it a day. But you love it. You truly love it. You enjoy it. You won't feel exhausted at the end of 10 hours. Do you get what I mean? You'll feel refreshed because you got to do something that you really enjoyed. You experience true flow state. And that's why you have all these rich old people looking so much younger than their actual age, because that they've got boosted with, they've absorbed, they've had so much serotonin running through their bodies that their bodies think that they have that winner effect, that we've been so successful in life. Their genes aren't aging, their skin still looks fresh, their mind is still sharp because they get rewarded for being who they are. And someone like Alex Hormozi, he doesn't enjoy what he does. He just likes the rewards that come from it, which is fair enough. But if you enjoyed what you did, right, and got the rewards, now you're a true king, right? Now you are someone who, like, I want to know, right? I don't want to know Alex Hormozi. Like, fuck him. He's someone who just got lucky, who hates his life. But if you're someone who wants to love your life, who wants to live that top life, if you want to take Alex Hormozi's spot, then you need to go to royalinstinct.com, join the mentorship, and see and lay out a plan, a path for you to become successful and famous.
And I think of no's as deposits into my goal account. Here's how Warren Buffett told people to make goals. He said, write down your 25 top goals in life. He said, really think about it. Make them in order, 1 to 25. Then circle the top 5. Tear off everything underneath and throw it away, because those are the only things that matter. During a season of no, I put all of my effort into the one goal of those 5 that matters the most to me. Then I write down what is the minimum that I have to do to not move backwards in these ones. Kind of like bodybuilding. You usually can only work on one weakness at a time. Steve Jobs said, people think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on, but that's not what it means at all. It means saying no to 100 other good ideas that are out there. You have to pick carefully. I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things I have done.
When you think about focusing, right, you think, well, focusing is saying yes. No. Focusing is about saying no.
Innovation is saying no to 1,000 other good ideas. There's the opportunistic yeses and nos that we have to make. So
I mean, even in terms of content, this guy is just repurposing stuff that Warren Buffett and Steve Jobs have said. So he's not even saying anything original, which is why I advocate for you to become a subject matter expert and and learn what other people have done, read their books, and then just give a summary of your own interpretation of that information. And as you learn more and more people's information, you interpret it into your own unique way, and automatically you come up with something that's very unique and totally different to what everyone else, because you're taking other people's information and communicating it and learning charisma along the way. Your charisma will increase. People would want to listen to you. They want to be associated with you. You become their central focus on that subject. And once you achieve that status, in essence, you've built fame. You've got a following. You're making a shit ton of money because you'll be able to monetize it. Maybe you write a book, whatever you do. Maybe you do a podcast and get $1 million in sponsorship a month. Whatever it is. However you do it, it really is the easiest way to reaching that high level.
Better and better your business gets, the more attractive the opportunities that will present themselves. And so you may have this marketing agency, for example, and it's doing well, but then all of a sudden one of your clients is like, hey man, how about I give you equity in my business and you keep doing the marketing for me? And then you start thinking to yourself, well, yeah, because I'm gonna make more on this deal, I should do this deal. But the thing is there's so much inefficiency in this one-off or onesie-twosie relationship that you lose on the main thing. If you build this massive agency,
the thing is these opportunities that he's talking about, he got them after he had some success. Okay, there's nothing really left for you to be successful in apart from content creation. AI is going to make most work redundant. If you're good at sport, if you've got some sort of talent, great. Ask yourself the question: Are you monetizing it the right way? If you have a talent and you're not monetizing it, I can help you with that. We can find a strategy, but the best way to do it is to create content around something that you're an expert in, or create content around a subject that you're interested in, and on the way to becoming an expert in that field. AI is coming. They're going to take over most jobs. Most people are going to be made redundant. Most people are going to be living in poverty. Most people are going to be left behind. The upper echelons of society, they want to bleed you dry of all your resources. They see you as a parasite that's inflicted the world. And I don't want that for people. I believe, I think everyone deserves a fair chance at life. And we, and there are no leaders able to to go against these people, to fight for humanity. There are no Avengers, right? So this is my back call. This is my call to the Avengers. If you feel like you are the hero, of your life, if you feel like it is your destiny to do something great in life, the world needs leaders. And if you feel like, you know, you want to do something, you need to become the leader that the world needs. And the best way to do it is you have to become rich. But the best way to become rich is become famous. The best way to become famous is become a subject matter expert. Make content around whatever thing is of interest to you. That's the easiest because you'll be passionate about it. It won't feel like work. You need to um, you need to rise to the top for your own happiness, for the future of mankind, for your children, for their children, for the next generations, and kick out the fake charlatans, the World Economic Forum, who want us to own nothing and still be happy.
See, that's the thing that everyone's going to come to you for. If you have this weird thing with 2 or 3 odd appendages from these one-off deals, I'll tell you as an investor, when I see that, I see an undisciplined entrepreneur. I see.
So all these things that he's saying, he's really trying to scare you. He's like, oh, if you say yes to anything, then you failed in life. It's like, that's not how world works. That life works, man. What if everyone does what Alex Hormozi does, right? But you was to do something different, right? You was to work at something that you're truly passionate about, and then success comes your way, right? Everyone will choose your method of doing things because, you know, A, you get the same results as Hormozi, but B, you also get all the rewards of having a good life. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing, having a good life, right? And money is very important to it. You know, but he just wants you to be depressed, because if you're depressed, then you won't be able to think for yourself. If you're depressed, you will be more reliant on other people. And who would you end up being reliant on? It will be Alex Hormozi, because you've already listened to him once, went halfway, and he has the map. He knows the terrain more. So you then end up paying for whatever book he has, whatever coaching offer he does. You'll end up just worshipping Alex Hormozi because he's brainwashed you into thinking that you have to say no to everything and be unhappy. But if you are unhappy, your body will and brain won't be able to function properly. You need to take the risk for yourself. You need to bet on yourself. You need to live life on your own terms. You need to become the leader that the world needs. And the best way I say to do it is by, you know, I'm telling you to be an autonomous king, right? I don't want just a bunch of 100 followers. I want 100 friends at the end of the day, because friendship is the only true value that is important in life. Friendships is what increases your health. It's something that AI can't replicate, and it's something that we humans need to hold on to before it's too late, because AI will be destroying 80% of the population.
Someone who cannot focus on the thing that matters most. And that's why when we talk about leverage in terms of getting more for what you put in, that's why being so selective on the one thing that matters most is so important. Because most people don't achieve the success they want because they either don't do the thing that matters most enough times, they don't do it for long enough, or they're doing the.
So they're not doing it long enough, right? Well, if you loved doing it, wouldn't it be easy to do it forever? So this is what I don't get about his unhappy approach to life. It's like pick something from the ground zero, right, and build your way up, but do it in something that is of interest to you and you're passionate about, and something that doesn't feel like work. And all you gotta do is just document it at the end of the day. That's all you have to do, and then everything else will come from there.
Wrong thing altogether. Most plans taken to their natural end are actually pretty good. So even if you had a local business that was a dry cleaning business, if you did it for 40 years and never got distracted, I promise you that 1, you'd have a pretty good dry cleaning business. 2, you'd probably have multiple locations. And 3, you might have been able to scale nationwide. I was in the gym space for a decade, so I could have gone.
I mean, ask yourself, do you have a decade to fucking waste? You know, he said earlier, the season of no can last up to 3 years. Do you have 3 years to waste? Do you have 3 years? Do you want to be depressed for 3 years? And the answer is, even if you're willing to do it, you don't have the luxury to afford to waste that amount of time, because AI is here, right? It's at our doorsteps, and right now, people are still figuring out what can we do with it, how do we do it. But by the end of the year, like, it's going to be in full swing, and then from next year onwards, we're going to see AI coming into different markets and taking over the jobs, data entry, data collection, you know, charting, spreadsheets, and technical analysis, financial analysis, like all these number data thing driven things are the first jobs that are going to go, right? Then all the admin stuff. AI is just going to be cheaper and more efficient, right? And then slowly and slowly, you're going to see more and more unemployment, and then you really see um, what type of world the leaders have created. The only way to change it is by becoming a leader yourself, become famous yourself, save the people around you, save your loved ones, and yeah, become the leader that the world needs. And then maybe you, right alongside me, we can have a positive impact on the world and change the bleak future where the world is headed right now. But if you do feel like that this is something, that this is the adventure you want to go on, if you also feel like me that this is the only option left, then come to Royal Instinct, and we can chat about this, and then hopefully find a common solution to save humanity. But until next time, take care of yourselves.